Well, hi there, everyone. I hope everyone's feeling comfortable and secure and safe. And it's Hanukkah. Yeah, bet you thought it'd never come. Means this year's almost over. And I think that will be something to celebrate. But Hanukkah, of course, we have 8 days of this holiday, although I think we should make it last the entire month. If the election could last a month, why not Hanukkah? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to light candles. And let's see if I can get the, okay. So we'll light the candles. As you can see, I'm using an electric menorah. Oh, just because it's probably not so great of an idea to light actual candles and have fire by my computer. So we'll light the one and then sing the blessings. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim labotenu Bayamim hahem bazman hazem. And since it's the first night of Hanukkah, we also sing Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehecheyanu v'hibkimanu Vehigianu lazman hazeh. Amen. Well, we'll put the candles up here where you can see them and where it's safe. Well, there we go. I'm going to sing a song that my grandmother used to sing every year at this time, and she sang it in Yiddish, and I know there's some of you out there that might remember the Yiddish, so you can sing along if you like. And I'm sitting on my guitar strap, so let me get that straightened out. Okay. So here it is. See if you remember it. By Chanukah, ayon to fashener, alustiker, a freliger, niton, a chazener, alle nachten dreidlach spielen mir. Sie de Käselat gesetzt und a Schirr, Geschwinder sind Kinder, die Liedergelachte lachen. Sagt an Hanissim und Gott, Pardenissim und kommt, gechertanzen in Korn. Sagt an Hanissim und Gott, Pardenissim und kommt, gechertanzen in Korn. Here it is in English. Oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Say we want to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Well, there's one verse that my grandmother left out, and I'm going to sing that for you. I think it's important enough to include. I hope you agree. Each Hanukkah we glorify brave Judah Maccabeus, who had the courage to defy Antiochus and free us. Yet it is not fair that we should forget Mrs. Maccabeus, whom we owe a debt. She mixed it, she fixed it, she poured it into a bowl. You may not guess that it was the latkes that gave brave Judas his soul. You may not guess that it was the latkes that gave brave Judas his soul. Chanukah, yonta fasheiner, lustigere freilicher niton noch zeiner, alle nachten dreidlach schmielen mir. Sie dich heiße Latkes, est on a Schir, Geschwinder sind Kinder, die Chanukah lichte lachon. Sagt Hanissim, oi Gott, war der Nissim und kommt, gecher tanzen in Korn. Sagt Hanissim, oi Gott, war der Nissim und kommt, gecher tanzen in Korn. And there it is, my grandmother's Hanukkah song. It was actually written by a fellow by the name of Reevesman. We don't always know or give credit to the authors, and sometimes we just think, well, if nobody wrote it, it must be a folk song. Well, in this case, we do have an author, and we'll get back to him in just a little bit. I've got another one of his songs I'm going to do for you. I've got this strap all twisted here. Let me see if I can get it back to normal. Okay, here we go. Well, of course, that was a song in Yiddish, and my mother's side of the family, people are always asking me about that. And, how come I know Yiddish? And well, first of all, I'm Jewish, in case you didn't know that, and secondly, my mother's family came over from Eastern Europe, and I lived with my grandparents. I was raised by my grandparents in their home, and they spoke English when they didn't want me to understand. Well, it's even funnier if you heard their English. So that's my mother's side of the family. And my father's side of the family, though, did not come from Eastern Europe. They came originally from Spain. So that requires a short costume change. And yes, in case you're wondering, that does make me Ashkefardic. Ashkenaz on mother's side, Sephardic on the father's side. So I'm going to do a song here written by Flori Jagoda, who was is still around, actually. I think she's around 95, and she's living in Florida, I believe. She was living in New Jersey, or let's see, where was she? No, she was living in Falls Church, Virginia when I met her. Well, it must have been about 30 years ago. And she wrote this song, and then everybody forgot she wrote it, and they think that it goes back to Spain. But nope, it doesn't go back to Spain. And it's called Ocho Candelicas, 8 Candles. It's in Ladino. Chanukah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Chanukah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. And what it says, of course, it's much like Spanish. In fact, it's Spanish if you're 500 years old and happen to have been Jewish. So, wonderful, Hanukkah is here. 8 candles just for me, and then we count to 8. You can count in Spanish if you like. I'm counting in Ladino that Flori Jagoda, who I learned the song from, spoke and wrote. So, we're going to have, let's